Man. Oh man. It kind of feels like, chat, we're in Groundhog's Day. You know what I mean? You know, we're doing the same thing every night. Hey, good to see you guys. We're back again for another episode of Mariners Anonymous. My name is Colton, and I am a Mariners addict. And I relapsed again today and watched the Seattle Mariners play like shit. So, rough one. Rough game today. Kind of punctuated by some just terrible defense from Leody Taveras in center field. Obviously, JP had that misread of how many outs there were or whatever it was. You had Cal Raleigh throw down to Rowdy Tellez. Ball kind of got behind the runner. And, just a rough one. Adam says, really good win by the Mariners if you completely disregard reality and our existence entirely. Adam, isn't it a big day for you, Adam? What are you doing? Adam, please tell me you didn't watch the Mariners today on the 10-year anniversary, right? You didn't, right? Tell me you didn't. Yeah, I mean, the big thing here, honestly, I think that if Julio doesn't get hit by that ball, I think that the Mariners win this game. Because, A, Julio would have scored on that had it gotten through. He would have scored on that. He probably makes the two plays in center field, right? It's just dog shit luck that Julio Rodriguez gets pegged by a ground ball line drive from Randy Rosarena right in the ankle. And, I mean, we're still awaiting any news on how he's doing, what to expect. Obviously, we're hoping best case scenario, maybe rest it tomorrow, get back out there for the Diamondback series. Yeah, it's every single day. We're doing this every single day. Oh, the 10 years until July 7th? Oh, got you. I misunderstood. I misunderstood the post today. Okay, I misunderstood the post today. You got time then. You got some time. Good. Yeah, just a rough one. And again, I think that it's all kind of centered around what happened with Julio. So Kevin just mentioned he was having a good game. He had a double, and then he had a single as well. And yeah, it is Spain without the S. Yo, Corey's spitting right now, chat. I think it's time, chat. And so a lot of people are going to say during this stream, to be honest, I'd still be watching. Fair enough, Adam. Respect. Yeah, it was a rough one. A lot of people are going to come into the stream today and say, DFA, it's time to move on from Leody. And I don't disagree. I don't disagree that it's time to move on from Leody. It'll happen probably towards the end of this month once Luke Raley is back. That's when it's going to happen. Reese B says, Colton, wouldn't you think this is a perfect time for a team meeting? It needs to be a closed door, players only meeting, because they need to get their heads out of their asses. Get in there and get fired up, yell at each other, get it all out, get pissed off. These are the moments during a season that really tell you what a team is made of. And as of right now, it's not looking pretty, chat. It's not looking pretty. I'd love to see Dan Wilson get a little fired up in the dugout once in a while. Get on his guys. I know it's not his style. It needs to be. Again, I think that if the players would like to have a meeting, now is the time. No, there's still one game over Lucario. Now is the time if you're going to have a players-only meeting. Maybe it's after tomorrow's game, right? Depending on whatever happens in tomorrow's game. One way or another, you should have it before you move on to Arizona. If you get swept, you already lost this series, which is laughable. If you get swept and lose 6 games in a row to the Orioles and the Angels, with the way that the rest of the first half is lined up for you, right, chat? because you still have some tough teams ahead of you. You're fucked. Plain and simple, you're screwed. If you get swept, if you lose 6 in a row to pretty bad baseball teams, the bottom of the barrel, I don't know how you can expect this team to be buyers at the deadline. Maybe they just stand pat. Maybe they sell off some pieces. I'll say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I would not be surprised if this team is 10 games up in the division. I would not be surprised if this team is 10 games down in the division by the time the trade deadline rolls around. And as of right now, it's looking like it's going to be the latter. And they're going to be 10 games down in the division as we get to the trade deadline later on in July. Yeah, these are games that good baseball teams win these games. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I'm getting worried your overreaction is going to become a normal reaction. With the way that they're playing right now, Jordan, it sure as shit feels like it, huh? It really does feel like my overreaction might not have been an overreaction after all. Hey, Mark. What's going on with the Mariners? Man, I wish I had a good answer for you. It's a tough game, man. I mean, good game for the offense. This was the most runs that they have scored all month. This game. And so finally the offense kind of gets it rolling a little bit. They scored almost as... No, because Cal hit that home run of the ninth. They scored as many runs in this game as they scored in the entire Orioles series and still lost. Here's the deal. If this team finds themselves pretty far out of... what a tremendous failure by the Seattle Mariners. Dr. Mojo, how do we remedy this situation? Thoughts, comments, concerns? The people want to know. Thank you so much, Kyle Jones, for asking. Dr. Mojo here to tell you that the Seattle Mariners need to step it the fuck up. That's my prescription. My prescription for the Seattle Mariners is don't suck. Don't suck. You know? Pull your heads. Currently, the Mariners players, their heads are in asses. You gotta... That's not a good sound to make. Pull the head out of the ass. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. If this team is at a point at the trade deadline where they might need to sell, right? Which sucks to say, but that is the reality in which we are currently living in. If this team has to sell at the deadline, you need... appreciate the 199, Jacob. Give me just a sec. You need to trade off some of the guys on your team that maybe are looking at position, or DFA, Donovan Solano, talking about you, buddy. Basically what you do is you call up Harry Ford, you call up Tyler Locklear, you let Cole Young be the second baseman the rest of the way, and you say we are building, and people are going to be pissed, and I'll be pissed too. But if you bring those guys up and say we are seeing what we have at these guys to go all in 2026, nobody's going to trust you. Nobody is going to trust this front office, this ownership, even Dan Wilson. Nobody is going to trust that they're actually going to go all in 2026, that they're actually going to go make the moves necessary, and that they're getting these guys ready. But that is what you have to do with this team. If this team is shit by the trade deadline, bring up some of the kids, let them play the rest of the year, get their feet wet, and have them ready to go for 2026. Jacob with the 199. Why does Joe Adele do this to us every time? It seems like the Angels always have that one Mariner killer, if not multiple, every single year. You know, obviously it's been it's been Mike Trout for however long. It has been Luis Rengifo. Taylor Ward's been a pretty good one as well. Like, there's just been Howie Kendrick back in the day. Like, X-rays negative, Rogelio. Appreciate that, Rogelio. That's what I like to hear. Good to hear. So, for those of you that missed it, Julio was trying to steal third base today, and Randy Arozarena hit like 100-mile-an-hour ground ball, and it caught Julio in the ankle. And so Julio was out. But he would have scored had that ball gotten through, but unfortunately it did not. And so he got pulled out of the game, which led to basically the fact that the reason the Mariners lost this game, in my opinion, was absolutely because Julio got injured. Had Julio not gotten injured, I think the Mariners win this one. So it's just one of those games. I see a lot of people in here, sour vanilla, etc. People saying, I can't watch this team right now. I can't watch this team right now. And I don't blame you. Obviously, it's a little different. I kind of have to, right? I don't really have a choice of whether or not to watch a team because this is my job, right? But if you are in a position right now where this team is directly affecting your mental health negatively, take a few nights off. Not a single person can blame you if you take a few nights off. I watched for Cal. Only reason to watch, honestly. Cal's the only reason to watch, truly. But yeah, if you guys need to just take some time off, I will completely understand if you guys don't come into the streams for a little while because you just need to disconnect from Mariners baseball. Because this is the first time this season where I would like to disconnect from Mariners baseball and just not give a shit for a little while. This is the first time. It's not going to happen, but yeah. I watch Mariners games to be up to date on the mostly daily Mariner Mojo streams. Thank you, Austin Jackson, former center fielder for the Seattle Mariners. But again, if you guys need to take a break from watching the Mariners or even watching the stream, I completely get it. There were some positives in this game, chat, which I think we need to talk about, right? Obviously, the Julio thing, pretty big negative. But Cal Raleigh obviously had a couple of homers in this one. He's up to 26 home runs. If the season ended today, it would still be one of the best catching seasons in Mariners history for Cal. If the season ended today, he still has 100 games left. 100 games left, chat. Like, what we are watching from Cal Raleigh is unprecedented. It's something that I don't think nobody could have possibly seen this coming, especially when they signed that extension. I saw people saying, oh, trade Cal, and I saw that message. I saw that tweet on Twitter today. Let's back it up, chat. Let's back it up a little bit on that. We're not trading Cal Raleigh. $5 from Elio. Appreciate that. Just for fun. Oh, gosh, this is terrible timing, Elio. I'm so sorry. What do you think Cal's trade value would be with this run that he's on? Fun to think about. Well, since you asked, I'll talk about it. Bad timing on my part for saying, let's back it up. Let's not back it up. Let's do it. What would Cal Raleigh's trade value be right now? Yeah, I think that Reese is kind of onto something. It could potentially be a Juan Soto-esque trade package, right? Where they got Michael King back in that deal. Obviously Kyle Higashioka, etc. That was a huge trade for the Padres. Actually, who all went to the Padres in that one? Because I think it's worked out really well for them. Either way, I mean, whether it be... hold on. I can't type and talk. So, the Padres got Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashioka in the trade for Juan Soto. Because of the position that Cal plays, because of how well he is currently playing, he's a Platinum Glove Award winner, okay? He's also leading the league in home runs. Yeah, I think it's closer, like Reese said, it's closer to the trade that the Nationals got, right, for Juan Soto, which was 2 years of his services, just to be clear. Obviously, you would be getting 6. Now, again, I'm not saying to trade Cal Raleigh. We're just simply going through a hypothetical. Do not trade Cal Raleigh. Yeah, I would assume that you would get at least 3 top 10s in that, I would assume that you get at least 3 top 10s from whatever organization, right? Like, let's say, for example, you were to trade him to the Red Sox. Which I know the Red Sox, they have Narvaez. They don't need a catcher. But just for example, the Red Sox have some of the best prospects in all of baseball. Obviously, Christian Campbell was up there. You have Roman Anthony. I think you would get both of them. I think that, frankly, nobody would be willing to pay the price that it would cost to get Cal Raleigh right now. And, yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on it. But it would be a shit ton. Andres Munoz, I don't think he gets traded either, but he would bring back quite a bit in a trade as well. I don't think the Mariners should be sellers, at least not yet, chat, but it's something nonetheless that we will have to we will have to talk about, especially if things keep going the way they're going. We're going to be in a weird spot, chat, like channel-wise, right? Normally, towards the end of June, getting into July, we're talking about who you can go out there and get, right? Like guys that you could get to make this team better and make the playoff run. This year, obviously things will probably straighten out, right? But this year, there's a very real possibility where we were going to be talking about selling. And it's going to make things very, very different from how they've been the last few years, because this team is still in their they're still in their window of contention, so they need to be buying for literally next year. And so there are some guys that if you really wanted to make a crazy move, you could. But right now, we're not talking about selling, chat. Another nice part of today's game, and I've seen Autumn mention it quite a few times so far, is Cole Young. Almost hit his first Major League home run today. Had a couple of hits. He looked like he's settling in a little bit. There are two types of debuts, right? There are two types of debuts. There are the Ben Williamson debuts, where he played like fantastic on both sides of the ball to start his MLB career. And then the pitchers adjusted to him, right? And now he's slowly adjusting back. He's been pretty good. He's been pretty good over the past however many games, right? He's slowly adjusting back. He's hitting the ball better, That's one kind of Major League debut. Then there's Cole, right? Who started slow. He was 1 for what, like 17 or something like that? He has a couple of hits today. Hopefully now he is adjusting to pitching, to Major League pitching, and then eventually they're going to level out, right? He's not going to be super good. He's not going to be like super bad. He'll be right there in the middle. I think that's what we can expect from both Ben and Cole the rest of the way. And that's a good sign, I think, for the future of this team. Is that a good sign for right now? I don't know. I mean, you have to have other guys on your roster perform better. Randy needs to be better. Although Randy did have 3 singles today. Randy needs to be better. JP's been great, right? You need your right field spot to be better. And I think that Leody Taveras will be on this team until Luke Raley comes back, and then he will be DFA'd. When did Coar even come into this? He came back from Tommy John, Autumn, so he was who the Mariners got in the Kelenic trade when they traded him to the Braves. He was coming back from Tommy John, so he didn't pitch at all last year, and then is back up with the team this year. So you need your pitchers to be better. Every single one of them. All of them. Luis didn't have his best stuff today. He tried to battle back. It didn't work out for him. Joe Adell got him a couple times, etc. Right? I would like to see George tomorrow pitch a quality start. We have to see George pitch a quality start. They have Tyler Anderson on the mound tomorrow, which means you're going to see Garver. You're going to see Solano. You're going to probably see a Cal DH day as he continues this whatever the hell this run is that he's on. That's insane, right? I'm worried that this is going to end in a sweep. It sure as hell feels like it. George has to be better tomorrow. You do have, Matt Brash, Gabe Spire, Andres Munoz. Those guys should be ready tomorrow, right? Trent Thornton ate quite a few innings in this game. You should have Carlos Vargas tomorrow as well. Coar will be down. Trent Thornton will be down, in my opinion. But the rest of the bullpen should be full bore. If this team, and if George isn't looking great, go to your bullpen early. I don't know what to expect out of George. It's very tough to watch right now because he's not locating any of his pitches. If you have to go to the bullpen early, you have a rested bullpen to do it. There was also news, chat, that this might have been yesterday or the day before, but Logan's going to make at least one more rehab start. That's going to be on Tuesday. It sounds like they're slow playing Logan a little bit, which is good. I think they should be. Yeah, Kirby did look better. Kirby did look better that's true, John, in his last start. Just his pitch count, 30 pitches in the first, 20 in the second. It was rough. Colton for M's manager. I'm in, dude. I'm in. Let's do it, chat. Hush, little bullpen. Don't say a word. Hell yeah, Ian. Find someone that loves you like Colton loves saying, in my opinion. Honestly, Patrick, in my opinion, saying, in my opinion, is one of the best things you can say. Because in the end, it's an opinion, right? Oh, man. Doraemon, if they were at 54%, I would be ecstatic. Saying, in my opinion, would be, because I'm not always right. You know what I mean, chat? I'm not always right. I'm hardly ever right. I run a Mariners YouTube channel, and you guys come here and watch it. You know what I mean? But I'm not always right. It's my opinion. It's, a lot of other people's opinions are good. Not just mine. Cal frickin' Raleigh? Dude. Yeah. Cal frickin' Raleigh, chat. That's all there is to it. Pretty deep once you think about it, honestly. Honestly, though. Mariners are a 3.9 ERA, middle of baseball. Yeah, but since like May 9th, so about a month now, they're like 25th in baseball. Bad. Bad. Tough break for Julio. Yeah, in Brazil, it was tough, man. It's tough. I mean, it's good to hear that the x-rays were negative, but chat, that's about all I can muster about this baseball team today. So I'm going to head off and try to forget about this team as I get ready for work tomorrow. Yes! I spent my day watching the Mariners, and I get to go to work tomorrow. Smile. And we get to do it all again tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow because, well, I work. I don't know if Joe will be or not. You'll have to wait and see from him. But I appreciate all you guys being here. The donos in this stream was super cool of you guys. So I appreciate all you guys hanging out here after another tough loss. 5 straight, right, chat? 5 straight that the Mariners have lost. Tough one. But make the big bucks, man, Autumn. I definitely don't make the big bucks. Colton short stream sad. Yeah, I can't talk about this team anymore, chat. I'm sorry. I can't do it the rest of the night. But I appreciate you guys for being here. We'll have the Hit It Here podcast out on Monday. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you next time. Go Mariners. I don't know. See ya.